pedal boat blocked the path of the sightseeing boat. The captain had intended to ask them to move out of the way, but as the boat approached slowly, he discovered that they were actually two completely exposed bodies. Before anyone could react, the pedal boat suddenly burst into flames. The police quickly cordoned off the scene. By then, the skin on the bodies had been burned pitch black. Preliminary findings indicate that the man had been stabbed 17 times. No clothing belonging to the two was found in the river, leading to speculation that they were placed on the boat after death. Meanwhile, firefighters recovered a small sightseeing boat from another channel. The hull was punctured in multiple places and was still leaking water as it was hoisted out. It was confirmed that the two bodies were passengers from this boat. The passengers were found, but where had the boatman gone? The police were unable to locate him for a long time, until a group of environmentalists arrived downstream to collect trash. One woman unfortunately fished out a spherical object. Only after dropping it did she realize it was a human head. The woman was so terrified she fell straight into the river. Even more tragically, the boatman's torso and limbs kept floating up beside her. In 2 weeks' time, a grand swimming competition was scheduled to take place on this river. Authorities feared the killer might strike again and demanded the police catch this psychopath as soon as possible. What they didn't know was that committing such a crime so easily in the river at midnight and using such brutal methods on 3 people didn't seem like something a human could do, but rather resembled the water monster from local legends. The story began the night before. The couple had specifically chosen a full moon night for their sightseeing, believing such a night to be the most romantic. But just as they were sharing a tender kiss, in the blink of an eye, the boatman vanished. Just as they were wondering where the boatman had gone, suddenly something grabbed the rope at the bow. A mysterious force dragged the small boat hundreds of meters until it came to a stop beneath a bridge. The woman noticed something seemed to be surfacing from the water. Just as she was about to call out to the man to look, he was suddenly yanked into the water by a force. Seeing this, he tried to grab his phone to call the police, but suddenly, a steel blade pierced through the boat's hull. The woman was terrified and dodged left and right, but the creature underwater seemed to know exactly where he was, striking with precision around him each time. As the boat began to sink rapidly, the woman had no choice but to grab onto the electrical wires under the bridge, but in the end, she still couldn't escape her fate.